Hey everyone, over the next 33 weeks, I'm going to be sharing something that very few people get the opportunity to learn. These are called the 33 Chiropractic Principles. They were developed over a century ago, and they form the philosophical foundation of chiropractic. Now, I know the word philosophy might sound a little abstract at first, but these principles are actually incredibly practical because they explain something that most people have never truly been taught: how health actually works. Most of us were raised in a healthcare system that focuses on symptoms. When something hurts, we try to quiet that symptom. When something isn't working, we try to chemically control it. But chiropractic was built on a completely different understanding of the human body, and that understanding begins with principle number 1, which is called the major premise. It says that there's a universal intelligence in all matter and continually gives it all properties and actions, thus maintaining it in existence. Now that might sound philosophical, but when we slow down and think about it, we see this everywhere around us. There's an intelligence that organizes the universe. It really keeps the planets in orbit. It governs the seasons. It allows seeds to grow into trees and flowers to bloom. There's an order, an organization, and an intelligence built into the natural world. But here's the most important part. That same intelligence that organizes the universe is also present inside of your human body. In chiropractic, we call that innate intelligence. It is the intelligence within you that built your body from 2 tiny cells into the trillions of cells that you have today. You didn't have to think about growing your brain. You didn't have to remember to build your liver. You don't have to tell your heart to beat or your lungs to breathe. Your body did that all automatically because it was designed with an incredible level of intelligence. Your body is constantly regulating and adapting and healing and trying to protect you every single day. And that intelligence communicates through one master system in the body, the nervous system. So your brain sends messages down the spinal cord through the nerves to every organ, every gland, every tissue, and every cell in your body. This communication system is what allows your body to function properly. Your heart beats because of it. Your digestion works because of it. Your immune system responds because of it, and your muscles move because of it. Everything in the body is coordinated through the nervous system. But here's where the problem begins. For many people, when the spine becomes stressed or misaligned or restricted, something we call subluxation, it can interfere with the communication between the brain and the body. And when that communication becomes disrupted, the body cannot function at the level it was designed to. This doesn't always show up as pain right away. Sometimes it shows up as fatigue, sometimes as digestive issues, sometimes as headaches, sometimes poor sleep. Sometimes it simply shows up as the body not adapting to stress the way it should or was designed to. Chiropractic exists to remove that interference so that the body can express the intelligence it was born with. That is why chiropractic is not really about pain. Pain is simply a signal. Chiropractic is about protecting and restoring the communication between the brain and the body so you can function at your highest level. And when people understand this principle, something important starts to shift. They stop thinking of chiropractic as something you only do when something goes wrong. Instead, they begin to see it as something you do to protect your health long before problems appear. That is why we focus so strongly on family wellness care here in our office. Because if the nervous system is the master control system of the entire body, then it matters for everybody: your spouse, your children, your parents, your friends. Everyone deserves to have the communication between their brain and their body functioning as clearly as possible. And this is exactly why we love bringing our community together to talk about these ideas. With St. Patrick's Day coming up, we are hosting a community dinner on March 17th at 5:45 p.m. at the Arcata Speakeasy in St. Charles. It's going to be a fun evening where patients and families and friends can come together, share a meal, and spend time with the people who care about living healthier lives. But more importantly, it's a great opportunity to bring someone in your life who may not yet understand what chiropractic is really about, maybe a spouse or a parent, maybe a friend who might be struggling with their health. Sometimes all it takes is the right conversation for someone to begin seeing their health differently. So if you're part of our practice family, I'd love for you to join us, and even more importantly, bring someone with you, because the more people who understand these principles, the more lives we can impact together. So again, over the next 33 weeks, we're gonna continue walking through these chiropractic principles one by one. And if you follow along with this series, you'll begin to see health through entirely different lenses. Because health is not something you chase, health is something you protect by honoring the intelligence within the body. That has always been the heart of chiropractic, and I hope to see you and someone you care about March 17th at 5:45 at the Arcata Speakeasy for St. Patrick's Day Community Day.